Hi, welcome to Reposition with Christiana. I am Christiana Senibel, and I work with women to stop playing small so that they can create bold, successful lives. Right now, are you feeling stuck, lost, uncertain about the future? Or you're navigating a phase of life that is leaving you questioning what the rest of your life has in store? If you're feeling like this, but rest assured you are not alone. I am so familiar with that feeling because I've been there myself. I remember when I worked within the banking sector and I was a high performer. I had got awards for my performance. I even received recognition from the CEO. But somewhere along the line, I was feeling totally lost. Worst of all, not just was I feeling lost, I didn't even know where to go from where I was. I was feeling stuck as well. It's one thing to feel lost, but when you feel stuck, like you don't know where to go and what your next step should be, it compounds the situation. And so I get you. But you're also not alone because there are so many other women who are in this situation as you are. You see, life on its own brings this kind of situation our way. The life experiences that we navigate, the life stages that we have to go through, on its own brings about from time to time the feeling of being lost and being stuck, being unmotivated. But even worse still, is the present economical situation we're in, or even the whole experience of COVID-19 and what's going on in the world. That makes it even worse off. So if you're there contemplating your life and maybe you've been made redundant, maybe the relationship that you have been in has just ended just like that at a time like this, or maybe you're navigating a stage of life where you're now questioning what the rest of your life holds, I totally get you. You're not alone in this. I understand the feeling of being lost. And the problem really is the fact that with being lost is the fact that there's no timeline. See, the problem about this situation is that if you had a timeline, so for example, if someone said to you, you know what, this whole feeling of pain, this whole uncertainty, this whole feeling stuck and unmotivated is going to last for about 4 months, and then you get your life back together and you move on, then that will be understandable. You will know, you know what, you'll be able to say, okay, all I have to do is put up with this feeling for about 4 months and then I'll get back to myself. I'll find direction, I'll find clarity, and I'll move on with life. Yeah, that would have been a lot better if there were timelines. But there are no timelines when you're feeling lost. You don't have a timeline. But the other thing about feeling lost, though, is that sometimes it leaves you with the feeling of being used. Maybe you have been made redundant. And it may leave you feeling like, wow, after everything I put in, after all my effort, yet they just let me go like that. But I've got some steps that I want to share with you that can help you begin to find yourself back again, getting unstuck, finding your mojo, getting your bounce back. Let's get into it. The first step is to get grounded in gratitude. Now, it's important this step is the first one that you take because right now it may feel like so many parts of your life are out of control, out of sync, and you have no direction, no clarity. I want you to get grounded in gratitude. And grounding is a technique that is used to overcome negative and overpowering emotions. The techniques that you use in grounding helps you to overcome this negative feelings and to find clarity and direction forward. But we're not going to be sharing the techniques. I just want you to work on the principle of getting yourself grounded. That is to say, overcoming this negative feelings. So I want you to look at your life and think about what are the things that are going well, even if it's one thing. But I want you to begin to just explore those things that are going well. So right now you may be feeling lost. Yes, we get that. But it may be the fact that you actually have a great relationship with your children. Or maybe it's the fact that, well, you may be feeling lost, but you have good finances. It may be that you're feeling lost, but you live in a good place. You have a good home. So I want you to look at your life and think about what is going well in your life. And I want you to write down every single thing you're grateful for. Write as much as you can remember and as much as you can. The idea is that the more you feel lost and unstuck, the more you want to add to this list, because then you know what it does? It changes your perspective. It helps you to see that even though in a certain area of your life you're feeling lost, or your whole life feels overwhelmingly like it's lost, there are actually things that are going well, and that things that you want to be thankful for. Now, I'm not asking you to have a misplaced gratitude. Now, misplaced gratitude is something that you feel forced to be thankful for, even though you're not satisfied with it now. As a matter of fact, I made a video about misplaced gratitude and you can check it out. But I'm talking about things you're genuinely thankful for. I want you to write it down and write as much as you can. Are you ready for the second step? Okay, in this step, what I want you to do, hey, hold on. Do not compare yourself with others. I know it's very tempting. I get you. Yeah. You're probably looking at the other person's life and you're thinking, how do they have it all together? How are they navigating the stage of their lives and they have it together? How is it that their relationship is going well? How is it that they still have a job? How is it that they are navigating a midlife experience and they're doing it so effortlessly and gracefully? I hear you, but this is a point you don't want to compare yourself with others, because you don't know the backstory. And right now, be happy for them. Don't start comparing yourself with them. Plus, you don't know what situations they've had to go through in the past. You don't know what their story is. You don't know what the challenges they're experiencing. And comparing yourself with them would only ensure that you stay stuck. You continue to go with the woe is me, my life is over, I have no clarity. Comparing yourself simply steals your joy and keeps you rooted in your pain. The third step, okay, now this is where the magic begins to unravel. This is where transformation begins. I want you at this point to get curious. What do I mean? This is an opportunity now for you to begin to explore those things you've been curious about. Whether it's the fact that you've always wanted to check out Pilates, but you don't know what it is, well, get curious about it and maybe join an online class or get some CDs or something to help you find out a little more what Pilates is. Anything that you were curious about, get involved in it. Whether it's gardening, you've always been curious, your neighbor's garden has always attracted you and you just love flowers. Maybe this is a time to see what you'll be like gardening. Whatever the situation is and whatever you've been curious about, this is the time to begin to explore it. Or maybe you just want to get into your passion, something that excites you. Okay, take the opportunity, start painting, start graphics, whatever it is that you want to do, because in doing this you are opening up yourself for possibilities. In doing this, you are making room for joy to come into your life, excitement, creativity to bud. So I want you to get curious and to start exploring your passions. And the next step I want you to take is to visualize possibilities. Now, don't go too far. Just 5 years from now, what do you think is possible for your life? Scratch that. 5 years from now, what would you want your life to look like? Yeah, that's visualizing possibilities. I don't want you to give yourself excuses at this point. I don't want you to talk about why it's not possible. Do you notice we're in the lake? Yes, I love it here. I don't want you to talk about why it's not possible, why it's not going to happen. I want you to just visualize possibilities, and that's why I tagged it that way. Possibilities. What is possible for you in 5 years from now? I want you to begin to think about it. What kind of job would you have? What kind of house would you be living in? What would your relationship be like if it was possible? If failing was not an option, if your excuses were not an option, what would you want your life to look like in 5 years? Because it's possible. So I want you to visualize that and make a note of it. Write it down, put it down somewhere, and visualizing it, as well as taking on the feelings that you want to experience in this time. So in 5 years' time, when you've got the relationship that you would like, when you're living in the house that you'd like, when you get the kind of job you want, what would it feel like? I want you to just experience that feeling, and I just want you to visualize what that looks like for you. And the last step is to start small. So let me give you a quick recap of what we've talked about then. I started off with saying to you, firstly, you needed to get grounded in gratitude. And then I said, don't compare yourself. As a matter of fact, I have a video about how not to compare yourself with others, and you can check it out because it's so insightful. And thirdly, I talked to you about getting curious. What would you want to explore? That allows passion, that allows joy to come into your life, excitement. And then with this step is to start small. Write down one step you can start to take. It doesn't have to be a huge step. As a matter of fact, a little step you can start to take today, right now, to begin to help you actualize the 5-year plan that you have, what you want to see happen in the next 5 years. Now, those are my steps for you. I hope it helped you. If this video helped you, I want to hear from you in the comment section. What are your takeaways? What have you been struggling with, and how have you been feeling lost? If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps a young channel like mine continue to grow. Plus, I love to always share videos to help women stop playing small so that we can create bold, successful lives. If you want more support on how to not feel lost, to get unstuck, and create the kind of life that you've always wanted, I provide one-to-one coaching. The information is in the description box below. I'd love to help you create the life that you love. And for more information and everything in my world and how to get the best resources, go over to christianasenibor.com. Be sure to sign up to get insider information that I send out weekly. I have a free gift for you right at the bottom to help you get confident so that you can always walk out there with your head held high and become the confident woman you want. Leave me your comments. What's going on for you? I want to hear from you. How has this video helped you? Until I see you next time, check out the playlist for more information. Check out the playlist for more videos to support you. Take care.